I learned about financial independence about 6 years ago, and this concept has completely changed how I look at money, work, and life. In this video, I'm going to define financial independence, talk through some of the financial metrics that you can use to figure out where you stand on your financial journey, and share why it's such an important part of my life. And for those who want to go deeper, I'll also point you to more videos and resources if you want to dig in further. Okay, let's get into it. Financial independence is the point where you no longer need to work or generate any income to cover your expenses or save for future goals like retirement. You can call yourself financially independent when you have reached a point where the income from your investments exceeds your expenses. In other words, you don't need to earn a regular paycheck from a day job or self-employment because your investment income will sustain you. You might be wondering, okay, great. But how do I actually do this? How can my investment income exceed my expenses? There are two traditional paths to reaching financial independence. The first is passive cash flow. Examples would be collecting rent from a rental property or royalties from a book sale. The second is by investing in the stock market. With regular contributions and growth and appreciation, you will eventually reach the point where your investment portfolio can provide enough income to cover all of your expenses. If you choose the passive cash flow route through real estate, you'll generate passive income each and every month from rental income. While you may not have as large of a nest egg as you would with stock market investing, the rental income can provide you the same financial security. The benefit of real estate investing is that it's pretty easy to determine when you've reached financial independence. When your net income from rental properties exceeds your expenses, you're there. You've reached FI at that point. Let's talk about an example. Let's say your household spends $60,000 per year and you choose to invest entirely in real estate. Over the course of 15 years, you've acquired multiple rental properties that generate passive income. After all of the expenses associated with the rental properties, you finally earn $60,000 from real estate each year. This makes you financially independent. You are then able to quit your day job, and the income from your rental properties will sustain you indefinitely. So it's pretty easy to determine when you've reached financial independence with real estate. Thankfully, it can also be really easy to determine for stock market investing as well. Thanks to several research studies looking at historical returns of the stock market, there is another concept known as a safe withdrawal rate. Essentially, it's the percentage of a stock market portfolio that you can withdraw each and every year without ever depleting your assets. There's some debate on which number or percentage to use for a safe withdrawal rate, but the general consensus is that a 4% withdrawal rate is safe. This means that once you have 25 times your living expenses invested in your stock market portfolio, you will have reached full financial independence. Let's take that same example of spending $60,000 per year. Instead of investing in real estate, you choose to invest entirely in the stock market. Once your investment portfolio reaches 25 times the $60,000 you spend each year, or 1.5 million, you would be considered financially independent. The numbers here will vary on your living expenses, but the most important point is that you can determine what it would take to reach financial independence. Once you have that, there are additional ways to calculate how long it will take you to reach this milestone at your current pace, as well as some other important metrics. If you want to learn more about financial independence metrics and geek out over the numbers, I'll include a link to our free financial metrics spreadsheet that will give you a better understanding of where you are on your financial journey. But before I go too far down this rabbit hole of metrics and calculations, let's take a step back and talk about why financial independence is so important and why it was so transformative for me. Financial independence is important because of the freedom and flexibility associated with it. Before I learned about financial independence, I always assumed that retirement was an age. I just assumed everyone worked for 40 years before they reached a certain age and then they retired. But financial independence and the math behind it means that retirement is a number, not an age. You don't have to wait until your 60s to retire. And perhaps even more important, financial independence is not all or nothing. It's incremental. As you increase your investment income, you unlock more and more levels of freedom and flexibility. As you make progress on your financial journey, you can choose to leverage the financial freedom that you have to make intentional lifestyle choices to improve your life today. Do you think that sounds too good to be true? I understand that feeling, but I've learned that it's not. Over the past 6 years, since really understanding this concept, I have quit a toxic job, went back to work part-time, started a side hustle with my newfound mental energy, and eventually quit my part-time job to pursue entrepreneurship. Oh, and my husband also quit his day job to join me in entrepreneurship, which allows us to travel for several months a year in our converted camper van. And we did all of this before reaching financial independence. We still haven't reached financial independence, but we're creating more enjoyable and fulfilling lives by taking small steps toward our ideal lives along the journey. We talk more about our journey in other videos on this channel, but the important thing to note is that none of this would have been possible if I did not understand financial independence. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this concept has truly transformed my life and opened my eyes to so many more possibilities. If you want to learn more about financial independence, there's no better place to start than to watch my video on the book that changed my life. I'll also share a little bit more about my introduction to financial independence, so it's worth a watch. And as always, thanks so much for watching and enjoy the journey.